What's up, Helix users, HX stompers, and future Podgo people? This is Steve Stolacci, and we are going to be looking at how to get like a vintage DI type of guitar sound. So if you have ever like been a music nerd or looked into how great recordings were made, you'll no doubt find that some of the greatest clean tones of all time were recorded direct to a mixing board and just had post-processing done direct to their signal. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to put together a preset where I'm doing this with the new retro reel and maybe some of the reverb or something. We're going to see where we wind up with that. But my main concept today is to build a great clean sound, not using an amp and cab, but using the preamp. So just going straight into the studio tube pre, kind of just like you're going direct to a mixing console, I suppose, is kind of what I'm going for here. And I'm going to use the retro reel. I'm going to use the studio compressor, and then I'm going to throw a little bit of a slapback and a little bit of reverb to give me some classic vintage type of sounds. For this, I'm going to use my 68 Tele because obviously, I mean, why wouldn't I? What else would I use for this? Like, come on, I got to use the 68 Tele. But the main concept here is looking for a cool clean tone that's a DI sound. Before we get started, I wanted to just give a little bit of an update on the giveaway. I am giving away an HX Stomp. There's a fuzz flying right in front of my face. I am giving away an HX Stomp from my new website, stevestolacci.com. If you click the link in the description and the pinned comment, all you have to do is sign up for my mailing list and follow me on Instagram @Stolacci. And that's it. And you're entered to win HX Stomp. I'm also going to be giving away 5 Helix native licenses. So if you have an interface and don't have an HX product, or if you do, you'll be able to enter for a license. That is a global giveaway. Anyone around the world can win a Helix native license. The HX Stomp is limited to the US, unfortunately, but it's okay. And then I'm also going to be giving away the third prize, but to some people might be the first prize, the famous Signal Chain t-shirt that you see me wearing all my videos that everybody always asks about. I bugged Line 6 enough to make them. They will be ready in a few months, so that you're going to have to wait for, but the winners, I will let you know. I'll be announcing all the winners on May 9th, so check your email if you signed up, and good luck in the drawing. If you guys are interested in this preset as we go along, when this video gets to 300 likes, it'll be going up for free on Custom Tone. Otherwise, you could follow along and copy my settings, no problem. Let's get it. All right, so let's get into this preset, shall we? Let's start off with the Studio Tube pre. So here, what I was doing basically is getting a good enough signal. That's pretty much all I'm going for here. A good signal and a good tone. Really, all I did was add some high cut. And this is where I'm at right now with this sound. Why F? I don't know. That's just where I wound up. Was F. So this is the basic preset sound. Could be used for country. It goes really great on the neck pickup. And then in between position, you get a cool, nice vintage rockabilly type of sound. All in the same preset. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. We're starting off with the Studio Tube pre. This is basically to get my direct tele signal beefed up a little bit. Regular preamp stuff. So I got the gain set to where I'm going to be close to unity, maybe a little bit boosted. And those are my settings right there. The only reason I have the high cut so low is because the tele being so bright. Here without this. So that's giving me a little bit of a hair and a little bit of that high cut to make the telly just sound a little bit better and fit a little better. You like that shimmy? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with that. Okay, next up is the retro reel. So I am simulating going into the tube pre and then recording that to a tape deck. So here are my settings for the retro reel. If you listen really closely, you'll hear that warble. And again, some of the high cut just to warm things up and get a little bit of motion to the notes, gives it that vintage vibe. Let's go with some neck pickup stuff here. And here it is without the retro reel. So without the retro reel, I'm kind of fighting. I feel like I'm fighting the guitar, but this just like adds such a nice heft and warmth to it. We're still with F. I don't know why I'm playing things in F, but... And then from the retro reel, I'm going into the LA Studio comp. Again, just thinking of what would be happening in a real studio with a direct guitar plugged in. And you can see my settings there. Here we have without the studio compressor. So you can hear the studio comp kind of lifts things up and just adds an overall fatness to it that I really like. You get a little cool funk sound now with this middle position. And then from the studio comp, I'm just adding a basic slapback. As you guys can hear that, let's turn that off. So slapback, pretty self-explanatory. That vintage sound kind of always had that little bit of a slapback echo. Adds a little bit of fatness and a like a punch to your note. I like slapback. And then moving on to the reverb, we can mess with this. Right now I have a room reverb on because that seems to be what I would think a vintage studio would immediately be able to have access to. But we can mess around with this again. Let's go without reverb and without... Oh, whoops. Didn't want to delete that. There we go. Control Z is always your friend. Okay. Totally dry sound. With the reverb. But what fun are we having if we're not using the new 3.1 stuff? So I'm going to throw Hot Springs on here. Nice. I'm going to drop my spring count and my dwell. Bring that down. I'm going to get rid of the low cut. I don't really mind having the low end of the reverb. Okay, so now we're in a real vintage territory. I just threw this together in a few seconds, so let's see what we got here with this. All right, so just messing around with that. That is my vintage DI preset. As usual, I'm going to ask if you guys at least could just give this video a thumbs up. So when this gets to 300 likes, I will post this for free on Custom Tone, or you could follow along with me and you can build it as I went along with the video. That's fine as well. Again, reminder, join the contest, check out my video, check out stevestrelacci.com, mailing list, Instagram, and you are signed up to win. Also subscribe. I mean, if you're here and not subscribed, that's on you. This is supposed to be for subscribers only. So make sure that you're subscribed already also. Otherwise, I'll be watching you. There's no way to tell. I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. Just subscribe. Make my life easier. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, I will see y'all in the next video.